Hey, good morning, everybody, for Saturday, the 1st of July. Cold front is moving through and has moved off into the continent, but leaving with it a fair amount of moisture, low cloud and murk, which is going to be with us at least for the first part of today. A strengthening westerly wind as well, giving us a bit of a challenge, but brightening up as we go through the day and into tomorrow. Through this week, it does appear that the Atlantic will remain in charge with areas of low pressure, but occasional good bits of soaring conditions. The winds at height looking generally between west to northwest, around 25 knots. On the ground, probably more like 10 to 15 knots. Public forecast shows 19 degrees being the top temperature today, with 35-kilometre visibility, and reasonable drying out as we go into the afternoon, though perhaps a little bit cloudier than originally first thought. The satellite picture of the UK, as you can see, shows quite a lot of cloud over England and Wales. Plenty of wave from the looks of it up into North Wales and into Cumbria. But for us, yes, lots of low cloud and a lot of murk to get rid of, which will take probably quite a few hours to properly lift. But looking at temperatures, something like 21 or 22 degrees looking quite possible in the east of the country, where the brightness does increase a bit more, and dew points down to about 9. David did put an update out last night for today, and you can see how he's saying fairly cloudy with lots of lingering bases. No actual soundings to give you today, being a weekend, and also given this air mass, it's not really much point showing you too much at the moment. But this afternoon does look a lot better. That's the picture outside currently. Probably cloud base of about 1,000 feet or so, but starting to go up. And a top temperature of 15 at the moment, dew point of 13. Currently at Odium, it's reported to be scattered at 900 feet, overcast at 4,100 feet. And you can see on the Farnborough forecast that a little bit higher, and at least for the morning period, looking a bit drab. But let's look out further west, or further east actually. Further east, and you can see that scattered at 2.5 does become the main headline figure for later in the day. Top Meteo is showing that is your potential flight distance for today. So nothing particularly exciting, if I'm honest. Best to the southwest or southeast, as it says there. As we go through the day today, you can see that probably around sort of midday, you're getting quite congested cumulus, maybe 4 to 5 apes at around 3,000 feet above Lasham. Better out to the east marginally, and better out to the west marginally. And as we go through into the afternoon, that's when it does dry out, probably 3 o'clock or so, cloud base going up to 4 to 4,500 feet above sea level, maybe 5,000 feet on coasts to our southeast. Up to the north, relatively good, but in a narrow area. You won't really want to go too far west of the Cotswolds or too far east of perhaps Milton Keynes. But looking directly to our north towards the end of the day, it does sort of dry out, and 4,500 feet to 5,000 feet cloud base above sea level, quite possible in those areas. Where we are, you probably will see an effect not too far west of us of the Severn or the Bristol Channel, providing a bit of sea air to come in later into the afternoon. But good, not too far north of us. And remains to go on for a little bit. Probably by sort of 7 o'clock, it starts to shut down in our vicinity, especially to the northwest. But good into East Anglia still at that time. Cloud amounts, well, as I've just mentioned, it's going to start off very drab and cloudy, brightening up probably by lunchtime to brighter skies, and with more reasonable chance of decent cumulus. Your site forecast then for today for Lasham shows sort of weak to moderate climbs in our area up to around 4,500 feet later in the day. Fairly strong winds with a top temperature of 22 degrees. Okay, on to airspace, and it's quite complex today, I'm afraid. First thing is there is a large area of Class D active for Kemble between 1500 and 1615 local. It's causing Aston Down a lot of headaches, this. Yeah, please just respect that that is in place. Check the NOTAMs in a lot more detail in regards to where you can and can't fly. Effectively, it's a whole box, pretty much going sort of 5 to 10 miles west of Kemble to Fairford, and then an area of Class D just to the north of Bryce and even just slightly south of Bryce to 4,000 feet. If you're going in that area, you must read the NOTAMs yourself. Do not just use this briefing. You need to do your own pre-flight planning, given the complexity of this airspace volume. So that is in place in that area between 1500 and 1615 local. If you're going east of the Bryce zone and Oxford, then it should not be too much of an issue. Unfortunately, though, if you are going that way, Western on the Green is active and has been notified active all day today. Larkhill danger area is active up to 23,000 feet. That's just north of Salisbury on the Salisbury Plain. Parachuting at Cirencester between 1:45 and 2:15. And Headcorn, which I'll show on the other bit of information, let me just bring it up, is active and will be active all weekend. There's an air show going on down in Kent that's near sort of number 27. So if you're going to Kent, then please bear in mind that all day today there is a sort of 3 nautical mile circle up to 3,500 feet centered on Headcorn. There will be a red arrows display there tomorrow, which we will brief at that time. Just having a look for other information that we might have. Air displays at Blenheim Palace this evening. Parachuting at Blenheim Palace, that's again northwest of Oxford, in the evening. Battle of Britain Memorial flight flying over Halton, which is near Aylesbury. That's between 14:20 and 15:20 local. Similar sort of time for some other events going on in that area. Bidford gliding competition, number 67, 64, is Edge Hill, Shennington, have got a gliding competition on. Number 70 is parachuting at Droitwich in the evening in Worcestershire. And there is also gliding competition at North Hill, that's Competition Enterprise, all day today. Generally clear to our immediate southwest and southeast. Further north, you've got lots and lots of stuff happening up towards Whitton. So that is Cambridgeshire, 1345 to 1400. So again, lots of flypasts, aerobatics, parachuting going on, and display in Bedfordshire this evening. That's not too relevant. Effectively, you can see there is lots and lots and lots of things going on today. The main ones to be aware of: Kemble, Headcorn, and Western on the Green, as far as I'm concerned. But please do check the NOTAMs to ensure your route is clear. And just leave that up for a moment. At Lasham, we've got an event of our own going on. It's not open to members, but it's 2XL's Family Day. So this area will be quite busy today. So there'll be lots of visiting aircraft, lots of events going on in that area. So please keep the speed down going through there. That will be enforced probably. So 20 miles an hour through there, and keep a very good eye out for children and other people. There'll be a variety of visiting aircraft which you'll see arrive on 27 Northside Grass, Dragon Rapides, Chipmunks, Tiger Moths, XYZ, which are just waiting for the weather to improve. There will be Dragon Rapide flights going out at about sort of 4 o'clock. They've got some that are happening. This area I'm just marking out in red is not to be used today by gliders. That's a show arena for the motorbike team that is coming in. You'll see that from there. So we're not using that runway anyway, because today we're on runway 27. Watching that way. If there's enough of you, form a grid. Otherwise, please come to the runway. I think the forecast is not quite as good as it may have been a couple of days ago. Maybe tomorrow's the day to come in. But yeah, runway 27 in use, 2XL Families Day happening. No actual jet movements, but lots and lots of aircraft out and about throughout the day, whether that's locally or at some of the many events. One final event for you today is Middle Wallop. They are hosting a big fly-in, so they probably don't want people landing out there. So yeah, there might be a fly pass, but it's just, yeah, an event that's going on there. So I think to sum up, a reasonable day in the afternoon. Please check the NOTAMs before you go flying. Thank you. Bye for now.